What is going on, YouTube friends? Welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me on this third and final video for my three-part mindfulness series. In this third video, we're going to be covering what the benefits of mindfulness are. So I'm probably not going to cover enough of them on this video because I do truthfully believe that the benefits are endless. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, becoming more mindful allows you to become more observant of your thoughts, actions, and emotions. It allows you to become aware, acknowledge, and accept these thoughts, which in turn will give you a chance to actually switch everything around and change the direction of these thoughts, because when we become resistant to these thoughts, or when we're not even aware of them, it kind of gives our mind a chance to run off into its own story and just make its own story about whatever is happening. Whereas if we're mindful of what's happening within us, then we're able to switch that around and change the direction of our thoughts and the direction of our actions. Another thing as well that I think is amazing about mindfulness, that it allows you to catch your emotions before they turn into something much larger. So like I mentioned in a video before, if someone irritates you a little bit, you're able to kind of reflect on what's happening in that very moment, and instead of letting that feeling consume you and becoming really angry and mad at that person, you allow yourself to reflect on what's happening and your emotions, and maybe asking yourself whether it's worth it or not to waste your energy on whatever is happening at that very moment. One of the things that I love the most about becoming more mindful is that it's really just making me more aware of my surroundings and more conscious of my surroundings. So now that I'm not so focused on whatever is happening on my mind, I'm able to kind of see whatever is happening around me, and I'm able to appreciate the world a lot more because I don't have so many thoughts running through my head. So instead of thinking of what I didn't do yesterday or what I might do tomorrow or what could happen tomorrow, I'm able to just be here and appreciate the moment for what it is, instead of making crazy stories in my own head about things that could bring worry to my life. And the one that I think most of people will be most interested in is the fact that it makes you more mindful of what kind of food choices you are making throughout the day, of how much activity you're getting throughout the day. So it just makes you more conscious and more aware of how you're treating yourself throughout the day and your body, because a lot of the times we just get into the habit of, you know, grabbing whatever's in the fridge and eating it, or maybe like just going to our favorite fast food restaurant and just grabbing whatever to eat. But when you become more mindful of what you're doing throughout the day, you kind of like get a chance to kind of, I guess, second guess your actions and reflect on your actions and ask yourself what you're doing in that very moment, and maybe asking yourself whether it's going to serve you or not. So becoming more mindful, just like I've said before and a million times, it just makes you become more observant of what you're doing throughout the day, rather than just going through the motions and doing what's a habit for you. And one of the most important things is that it's just really good for our overall health, because everything kind of begins in our mind. If you think about it, like stress, anxiety, and all of that, that's all comes from us constantly worrying about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow, or what that person might think of us. You know, like everything just kind of starts in our thoughts. So if you really think about it, if we're not in constant stress and things like that, then our blood pressure is going to be better. Maybe you're not going to be experiencing anxiety if you suffer from anxiety, or just anything like that. So it definitely is really good for our overall health. And lastly, and most importantly, it puts our mind and body in balance, because we're no longer living a life controlled by the mind. We're living a life controlled by the present moment, which is the moment that truthfully matters the most in every single day of our life. So with that being said, that is gonna wrap up this three-part mindfulness series. I hope that it was helpful to you guys. I'm sure that there's a lot of things that I missed, but I just kind of wanted to share my experience and kind of where I'm at right now. There's definitely a lot more for me to learn, but I just kind of wanted to share where I'm at with everything, what my views are on everything, and how it's helped me in general, because it definitely has been a really big part of the improvements that I've been able to make within my own life. And I know that I do get asked a lot of questions about like what I'm reading and what I'm doing, and it honestly just really does come down to me trying to be mindful throughout the day, and not just doing my morning routine and going on about my day. It's about making sure that I'm practicing this constantly throughout the day. That way I'm able to, you know, change those bad habits that I've developed over the years of just going through the motions of things, and just gaining control of my mind and being able to quiet it down instead of just letting it run my life and be the guide of my every move, because that can become a very unhealthy thing. So I hope this video and this three-part series was helpful to you guys. If you guys would like to share it and think that someone would benefit from it, then definitely feel free to do that. I do not mind at all. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Mwah. Love you guys.